Oh man, so Cardano is up around 4 or 5% today, making the move which we suggested, but at the same time, COTI is down 11%. We're going to cover off why. Does this mean that, we're now decoupled? Because on this channel, I speak a lot about COTI being correlated to ADA. What's going on? Let's try to make sense of it, and I'm going to show you what I can see in the chart. So, as always, guys, if you like my blend between technicals and fundamentals, hit up the like button, subscribe, and we'll get straight into this chart. So what you're looking at here is the Cardano 1 hourly chart. And you can see my scribbles from yesterday's update. We were going to have a wiggle, and then I expected us to break to the upside. And you can see exactly what has happened is what we saw there, okay? So we had this continuation pattern. We held some support, which was fantastic. We held some support because normally when you break out from this downward pattern, you could come to the bottom of the wedge, which was our downside risk, but you managed to hold some support here. And the fact that we were able to go sideways here was just Cardano trying to consolidate and create a floor to say, look, we're not getting valued less than this. We need to head higher above $2. And we had our movement to the upside here on Cardano. We went straight past $2 and about 10 cents, which is really good, and it gets us to the top of the wedge here, which is really important. Now for Cardano, which is unfortunate in this last kind of hourly candle or so, it kind of just dumped straight back down again. It needs to build some support and turned into an uptrend. It really needs to sustain this as an uptrend to start heading back to higher levels on Cardano. Now what I want to do is I want to zoom us out to the daily chart, because we need to remember what pattern were we forming. And the pattern we were forming for the longest period of time was this symmetrical triangle. And we weren't sure which way this can break. It was very symmetrical, and the wicks were huge, which means the market was very undecided with Cardano. And you guys know from a fundamental perspective, this is because there's so much, what's the right word? Let's call it lack of patience, or frustration, rightly so, I think, in the lack of progress being made on the Cardano network. So we had the Lonzo hard fork, which everybody was waiting for, and we're seeing a lot of layer one solutions, including Phantom, which we cover on this channel, including Luna with their gravity DEX, really making progress with DeFi and their DEXs, and we've not seen that with Cardano. So everybody's waiting for the Cardano DEX, everybody's waiting for some DeFi protocols, so we can see total value locked and see them start to catch up with what Phantom's already done, with what Luna's already done, etc. And I think that's represented by this uncertainty in the market here on Cardano in a very long sideways pattern. Now, technically you broke to the downside here on this triangle, but we've managed to hold some support here at the 200-day exponential moving average, which is fantastic. Now, we know from the longer term perspective, if I zoom us out, and I mentioned this in yesterday's video, anytime we've touched this 200-day moving average, we've had good movements to the upside, okay? So you saw this explosion we've had to the upside. We could be equally getting a similar movement to the upside, and that's what I want to be watching for here on Cardano. Now, naturally, if they had an actual fundamental catalyst, that would really help them, but in the absence of one, maybe we won't get the kind of bounce we're looking for, but in the short term, we should expect a bounce. Now, for Cardano, a lot of people are asking me, is it a buy, is it a sell? For me, I like Cardano. I like Cardano in these sideways patterns. I've not been shy about saying that. Whenever it moves in a sideways action, I like Cardano. When it's pumping at the tops here, I'm not so interested, right? That's not for me. And for me, Cardano is one of the few undervalued coins right now. What I mean by undervalued is some people are saying, no, it's overvalued because there's no projects. But what I'm looking at is how far a coin is from its all-time highs. And when you've got Bitcoin creating all-time highs, I spoke about Ethereum being at all-time highs, Phantom doing really well at all-time highs, then Cardano's 30% off its high. And so I'd expect that to start recovering very soon, because I don't see Cardano going anywhere anytime soon. So that's my view on Cardano. Let's take a quick look at COTI. Because what we've got happening in COTI is we have this decoupling. Now, from the daily chart, we know what we're seeing, which is this cup and handle pattern, and we entered our second handle almost. Let's call it a second handle here on the cup and handle pattern, and we got a beautiful break to the upside. Now, again, we got rejected by the 66-cent mark, and I don't think this was necessarily the power of the 60-cent mark, even though I think that exists. I think it was very bad timing that we broke out. Well, it wasn't bad timing. We broke out of this wedge because of the main net. People were buying the rumor, people were trading it, and then we got sell the event, okay? And that's what happened. Buy the rumor, sell the news. I made you guys aware about that. I mentioned that in my videos in the lead up. Please never fall for this on these event plays, right? Where people have a catalyst, they have an event, there's a main net, there's something going on. Always be careful of buy the rumor, sell the news. I will always make you aware of that when I remember to make you aware of that in my videos. I will not shy away from telling you that. And I'll get a lot of stick in the comments. I may get dislikes because I'll put up huge warning for COTI holders, but that's the reality. I don't want you guys getting caught on short-term trades. Now, from a long-term perspective, nothing has changed, right? We're still, hovering very nicely over our EMA ribbon, and this poses no threat to the long-term position of COTI. If anything, you come and get a cooling down and then head to the upside. I still hold my view that I think it's still hugely correlated to Cardano, even though the movement we're seeing today doesn't suggest that because they're moving in complete opposite directions. But I think that's because COTI's having buy the rumors, sell the news pressure, pushing the price down. So we'll monitor over that time. That's just a hunch I have, is that they will be correlated until COTI can stand on its own 2 feet and builds its market cap. It's so small right now, and a lot of investors, similar to myself, are betting on COTI through the leverage that Cardano provides as an ecosystem and the weighting it gives and the credibility, and that's why my view is they will be correlated. So there you have it, guys. That's what we're looking at on Cardano and COTI. If you appreciate my blend between technical and fundamental analysis, then please hit the like button, subscribe, pin comment will have the link to our Discord server, so check that out. As always, go and collect your free money. Links are in the description. Coinbase offering you up to 100 euros, guys, for free. If you just deposit 50 euros, you can take it straight back out. Coinbase will give you $10 in free Bitcoin when you buy or sell $100 or more in crypto, and BlockFi will give you $10 in Bitcoin as soon as you deposit $100 or equivalent of crypto. So always have your exchanges set up, guys. Those are the 3 I'm currently using and recommend. And there you have it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you in the next one.